Assalamu alaikum, hi Oracle Reiki spiritual healer, and I've tried to do this video twice today. And I'm under attack, and I'm just gonna pray. We're gonna be grateful. We're gonna be grateful for the rain that we had. We're gonna be grateful for this nice, beautiful breeze that's coming through. We're gonna be grateful that we woke up this morning, and we praise God under all conditions. We love it. We love it when God shows us favor, even when we are going through adversity, even when we are, seeing that the negative entity is trying to block us from doing some things that God has ordained for us to do. I give thanks and praise and gratitude to God today for his beautiful works in the earth, for me meeting the people that I have met on this journey, and for me to put their words into perspective for all of us so that we can have an understanding of what's going on in the world and why he has tried to block this message from you. We thank God today. I appreciate you guys, and let's get into our message. So the requested topic was, what do I think about, the human remains and humans being ground into our food? Well, I have been telling you guys for months now to go ahead and start your own gardens. I have been telling you to go ahead and get whatever livestock, chickens or goats or whatever you can muster on your farms, whatever you can grow in your backyards. And we need to come out of this entity of him providing us with food. And we have to have reliable people, in our community that we can go to that will not show the partiality, that it's only for their people, in their household. It's only for their community. We will need to have our people and different people, just growing their own livestock and food so that they can take care of the masses. We have to move away from these people, as I was saying in one of my other posts, that these people have been destroying the fruit trees. And they've been doing that since our parents' time. So that should let you know that they don't have our best interests in heart. They're not trying to give us something wholesome and good. So, to answer his question, I don't like it one bit that they would do such things, but I don't put it past them. And we should understand not to put anything past our colonizer and our slave master, what the lengths they will stoop to in order to harm us. And this is what I recommend you doing. I put the post on there as well last week, how to cleanse yourself out. So you can reach out to me, if you need a progressive way. If your system has been blocked because of this, you will need to cleanse yourself out, and you're going to have to start over, eating vegetables. If it's chicken that you have in your yard, if it's chicken that you have manufactured, if it's turkeys that you have, we will have to, go ahead and start providing for ourselves. I have been saying this now for over a year. It's nothing wrong with stop buying things from the store and buying things from your own people. You can research it. You can Google it. Some people, you'll be able to find easily black food stores, black markets, and try to make sure that you do not depend on them as much as possible. The only thing that we will, need, and we have innovative people to do this as well, is for fuel. And we have innovative people who can do this. I'm recommending, that we don't give any of our innovations to these narcissists that's in leadership, that is providing the food for us. So, you need to understand that whatever they are going to cut, whatever the food stamps, the social security, welfare, whatever the SNAP benefits, whatever they're going to cut, that belongs to them. The food that they are producing in the grocery stores, that belongs to them. The job that you go to and get paid from every day, that belongs to them. And it's time that we stand up and start working with each other to produce our own food, our own jobs for ourselves, and become a separate entity from this evil regime, from the colonizer, from the slave master, from the evil entity. So, these are ways that, we are having to look at ourselves in a different light. These are ways that we must understand that they are able to manipulate our food, and they are trying to get us to do negative things, by being ignorant, and that includes cannibalism. And I want you to go and look up that word. That's another organism feeding off the same organism. So go and look it up for yourself. We do not want to do that, and so therefore I have given you plenty of ways. You're going to have to cleanse yourself out. We're going to have to cleanse ourselves out. And again, I had to back up off of all of these baked products that I was buying, the Krispy Kreme donuts, the cookies, or whatever, because they had put, swine, pork fat in those products. So when I stopped eating those products, I stopped swelling up in my face. So we have to be very careful about what we're putting into our system that is given to us from our slave master colonizer. Anything that they are giving us is not good for us. It is meant to harm us. We should not be continuing to spend our money. We should, start coming online, coming into alignment with the community. Getting in touch with our neighbors. And if we are, planting, if we're planting peppers, bell peppers, if we're planting tomatoes, then, our neighbors should be planting something different: squash, green beans, cabbage. And then we got another neighbor, that we're in connection with, that's planting collard greens, snap beans. Yeah, this is what we should be doing, and this is how we come together and unify, because there's nothing worse than when a person is hungry. We should not have that food insecurity. We should be able to sustain our own people. They should be able to come to us within the community. We should, even if we have to put it in buckets, if we have to put it in tires, we should have our own gardens, and we should not, rely on them. It should be very little that we have to rely on them for. So I hope that this has helped you to understand that these people have been, using human remains in our food. And, and like I say, I don't put it past them. They have been making us unknowingly, engage in cannibalism. And that's not upon us. That's on them. But we have to, now that we are aware, we are held accountable for what we eat. We are held accountable for what we do from this day forward. And, they had that movie called The Snowpiercer, where they had people eating people and cannibalizing people, in that movie. And you can best believe when they start putting things in a movie like that, they're going to put it in society. They're going to try it out on us. So that's what they've been doing. They've been experimenting with our food. They've been giving their people the good food, and they've been giving us the food that, they have genetically modified to look like it is food, but is actually something that they have modified with human remains so that we can commit atrocities against ourselves. Human cannibalism, it that's up on them. That's up on them, because they took away, you know the resources for us to feed ourselves, but we can gain that back through our own ingenuity. We can gain that back by, talking to men and women who know how to live off the land, who know how to plant, garden, and grow different things in the land, potatoes, sweet potatoes and things of that nature. So, let us continue to grow our things in buckets, or things that can be moved around, because we already know that we're dealing with narcissists and manipulative people. They will, poison the ground. They will come and say that you have to move because you don't own the land. You can take those, you can pick those fruits and crops up that you planted. If they're in a bucket, you can take them with you. It's easier for them to be transported with you. So, this is one of the ways that we can support ourselves. And, reach out to me for other ways that we can stop this atrocity against our people of the genetically modified food and the cannibalism, the human remains that they're putting in our food. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. You can reach out to me in the description below. Book a session. You can book a one-on-one consultation. Like, share, and subscribe. You can reach me on all platforms and follow me. Assalamu alaikum.